My Lady Nocturnal, I beg you.
Ungrateful child. Bear the consequence of your failure with grace. You mortal, I command you to speak with me.
The torment I face is my burden to bear. If only my lady would show me mercy.
Darkness curse you and the land you have traveled, mortal. Were I not otherwise occupied with that sniveling wretch of an acolyte, I would tear you to shreds.
Your acolyte?
Yes, a faithless weakling named Milona Brolis. When thieves came to my property, she spoke to them as friends and asked them to stop, as if that would stay their hands.
What did these thieves steal exactly?
The Shade Sickle, a powerful instrument of my will. For her inability to protect it, Milona will never sleep again. I wonder how long she can last. Perhaps you have the metal to return my sickle. With it, you would reap great reward.
Okay. Yes, I think that I will find this Shade Sickle for you.
I will bear witness. Do not fail me. Now, speak to my acolyte and find the cowardly fools who dared to steal from me.
Wait a moment, please, and sorry. How can I even be sure that you are really Nocturnal?
Your doubts do you credit, mortal. But in your heart, you know the truth. Your shadow grows long and dark. The shades of Evergloam dance at the edge of your sight. I am Erdra. I am Nocturnal.
Then you need to remember that I faced you before. How do I know this isn't another plot?
A petty quarrel. I am eternal mortal. Do you think I see your impertinence as more than a flicker in the candle of time? My sickle was stolen, I want it returned, that is all.
I still don't understand. How can I trust you?
Trust or doubt, it makes little difference to me. I am overlooking your past transgressions, mortal. If petty grudges would prevent you from reaping my blessings, so be it. I will bear witness.
Change of plans? If I repent fervently enough, Nocturnal may show me mercy.
You are Milona Brolis, right? What happened to the Shade Sickle?
I was here, honoring the mistress as I do every night, when Giovanni and Darine, some people I knew growing up in Leowin, stepped out of the shadows. They took my lady's relic. I tried to stop them, but I just couldn't.
And do you know where they took it?
No. Darine had a sword to my throat. I've never seen her so desperate. I don't know what's become of the sickle, but Giovanni has a room in Leowin, around the corner from the bank. He might still be there.
What should I do if I find him?
They said they were going to meet after delivering the sickle to Tumma-Maxath. Maybe you could follow Giovanni. If you can find Giovanni in Leowin, Follow him to his meeting with Dareen. And also, I know it's a lot to ask, but could you try to get them to abandon all this? The thieving and conspiring? It's not worth it. I just want them to be safe.
These people stole from you. Are they really your friends?
Giovanni is a kind person, and Dareen is abrasive, but she stood up for all of us when we were little. I know them. They aren't bad people. And if I'm right about Tumma-Maxath, no one deserves the fate he has in store for them.
How do you know Tumma-Maxath?
He used to visit the shrine once a fortnight. Always just said he was paying his respects. I had no idea what he was plotting, what he was capable of. If he pairs the power of the sickle with his necromancy, I'm not sure what will happen.
Let's see. Goodbye.
If you can find Giovanni...
You have my word. If the Counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find her. You there! A moment of your time, please.
Counselor Jarek never showed up today. It's not like her to miss a scheduled meeting with a noble of high standing. I am very put out.
Counselor Jarek is missing and the Ivory Brigade makes promises it can't keep. Something terrible has happened to her. I can feel it in my bones.
I'm Counselor Jarek's aide. She would have informed me of any schedule changes. It's not like her to simply disappear without a word.
Leowin has problems enough, and now the predictions of the Wood Elf Archer seem to be coming true. Damn these old Imperial secrets. Counselor Jerick has disappeared, and my Ivory Brigade is spread thin as a sliver of butter on day-old bread.
I'm sorry, man, but I have no time. Good luck. So, we arrived to Leavin, finally. You see, Miri? It's Leavin. We arrived.
Yes?
Mage's Guild.
You there! The Ivory Brigade has need of you.
Leavin Banking House. Fighters Guild.
So, did you finish your dangerous job for Tumma-Maxath?
There are guards around. We'll speak later. I'm late for my meeting. This is a completely normal stroll through the streets.
Problem, Sarah?
If my assistant doesn't return soon, he'll be peeling potatoes for weeks.
Fancy yourself a friend to all bugs? I know some that need your help.
I seem to be making a lot of enemies.
stealing from Nocturnal and working with Tumma-Maxath, it doesn't seem worth the risk.
The sickle we took from Nocturnal is just what the necromancer needs to complete his ritual in Bloodrun Cave. Of course it's worth it. Just stay here until we receive further instructions. What do you want?
If you don't stop... If you don't stop stealing, I'll make sure Nocturnal knows your name.
Alright. No need to bring that shadowy hag into this. Look, Geo doesn't know this, but Tumma-Maxath said he'd turn us into his eternal slaves if we didn't help him. You stop that necromancer, and I'll find a more respectable occupation. Promise.
I know you stole the Seed sickle.
Who have you been talking to? Malona? She went crazy after she found religion, judging us when she worships Nocturnal. Psst. Never could appreciate. This isn't a crime.
Who are you? What did you hear?
Your friend Milona Brolus thinks you are in danger.
She's always been a worrier, even when we were kids. Huh. Melona's probably right. I only have to think about her employer and I break out into a cold sweat. When I'm done with this job, I'm going to become a carpenter. Fewer terrifying clients.
Why are you working for Tumma-Maxath?
Who told you that? Melona? I won't apologize for what happened the last time I saw her, and you can tell her that yourself.
This isn't a...
My mother can't fend for herself. I don't know what I was thinking when I agreed with Doreen. I need a job that's less likely to get me stabbed in an alleyway or locked up in the city jail.
Find more than trouble here.
Uncertainty, fear, death. The will of Sithis cannot be ignored. You look quite capable. Might I be able to recruit you to help me? This place was once an honorable tomb for fallen members of the Dark Brotherhood. But now it houses a perversion of death. The cycle, which devours all, has been corrupted here.
What do you mean?
I belong to the Clutch of Nisswo. I came to this place to perform last rites for 3 well-respected Shadowscales entombed here, but I was chased out by a necromancer called Tumma-Maxath, who seeks to disturb their remains for selfish purposes.
Disturbing the remains?
Yes. When I arrived here, he had already raised many Shadowscale bodies to fight for him. In order to spare the three I came to perform last rites upon from this fate, I must destroy their skeletons. Will you help? I can pay you for your services.
There is no reason of money. I will help you destroy the remains of the 3 Shadowscales.
The remains of these renowned Shadowscales deserve the peaceful emptiness of the void. Destruction must pass before creation and change can begin anew. Hurry. We must find the remains inside the cave and destroy them.
Why burn the remains?
While it is true that the souls of these Shadowscales returned to the Hist long ago, their remains still deserve peace. Their bones need not become puppets to a madman drunk on power. Burning them is the only way to prevent that.
I get it. Why are these 3 Shadowscales so important?
They were closer to Sithis than most, each powerful in their own right, buried here to honor their path in life, which is why I came here to begin with. But when Tumma-Maxath disinterred them for his own gain, he dishonored their remains.
What's the Clutch of Nisswo?
We have also been called Nothing Speakers. We are a fellowship that honors Sithis and the truths of the Void. We all speak different words, but our purpose follows those lessons. One must first apprentice under a mentor before joining our ranks.
Do all Nisswo perform last rites for fallen Shadowscales?
Each Nisswo is different. I choose to honor Sithis by ensuring that the unavoidable truths, such as fear, death, darkness, and change, are not compromised. The remains of these renowned Shadowscales.
Nice hole.
Time is a force of change. We should hurry. Come, friend. We must find the great fallen Shadowscales remains and make sure to destroy them. The flat-toothed deviant will not use them.
And why burn the remains? You already told me.
While it is true that the souls of these Shadowscales returned to the Hist long ago, their remains still deserve peace. Their bones, they were close. We have also each Tumma-Maxath already uncovered the remains. Quickly, destroy them. All that is created must eventually be destroyed, and then renewed. The cycle is unbroken.
Vexed in for some competition.
Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Tumma-Maxath will not have these remains. Come.
I never used to fight this much, till I met you.
The skull of this Shadowscale is missing. I think I know why. The piece of destruction. We successfully destroyed almost all of the remains, but the Shadowscale with the missing skull is cause for concern. I believe those remains once belonged to Ajum Shay.
Ajum Shay?
A Shadowscale who was said to have plucked out his own eye and sealed a powerful necromantic gem within the socket. It granted him the power to see lost spirits. Tumma-Maxath must have taken it in order to conduct his ritual.
And what we
If I am correct, we must locate Tumma-Maxath's ritual site. If he used the skull and the gem inside to power his ritual, it should be nearby. We must make sure to destroy the skull and finish our work. Let us hurry before the chance is lost.
How does Ajum-She's gem help Tumma-Maxath?
I am not certain, but I believe Tumma-Maxath either knew about the gem previously, or sensed its power when he unearthed Ajum-She's remains. The necromantic properties of such a gem would likely be a great strengthening agent to any ritual.
How can you be sure their skull will still be nearby?
A ritual of this magnitude would take time to prepare. Tumma-Maxath would need to find a place to ready the necessary components and use the skull as a focal point. Should we find the ritual site, the skull will most certainly be there. Let us not waste time.
one put up a fight, didn't they?
With the Shade Sickle in my hands, it's only a matter of time before my goal, the plan that's been in progress all this time, comes to fruition. When those Bretons forged the blade, they couldn't dream of what it could achieve. A blade with the ability to separate the living from their shadows. It will take a genius to realize what power that holds. The blade is no mere toy. With their shadows removed, a person begins to lose touch with themselves. Thoughts beyond the basic facts of life dissipate until the helpless creature is nothing but a trail. This is a magic I know well. Of course, someone must have come to the same realization, otherwise why would the sickle have been secreted away to the shrine of Nocturnal under the guise of a gift? No relic of this magnitude is just left at shrine and purposefully forgotten. The Mistress of Shadows herself, what a foolish moniker that now is, doubtless believed that the sickle is just a tool. But she shall soon see, everyone will. Of course, even the best laid plans often go awry. Those fools I hired to retrieve the Shade Sickle nearly foiled my plans with their incompetence. Getting caught by a childhood friend. The audacity of idiots truly knows no bounds. Still, they performed their task semi-adequately, and for that they should be rewarded. Once I control their every action, they won't be able to repeat this mistake. Of course, I don't have to take them into service. I could just be done with them as soon as their current usefulness is worn out. There are only a few more items I need to be brought to me before the ritual to bring the sickle's power is complete. When it is at its zenith, I can use it to turn even the most stubborn of minds to my purpose. And if these new trials of mine are harmed, I can always restore them to my control through the use of magic. The longevity and vigor of my servants will know no end. My time is almost at hand. The leaders of man may spurn me now, but they will tremble with fear when they see what I am capable of. Necromancer's diary. Okay. Shade Sickle. Gazing at this preternaturally sharp sickle fills you with a deep sense of foreboding.
It is done. Praise Sithis the Changer. The Shadowscales' remains are destroyed, and we are triumphant. Thank you, valiant traveler. I could not have finished this task without your help.
Will the spirits of the Shadowscales be safe now?
Indeed. Your actions ensured those remains can no longer be exploited. I am sure were their spirits still present, they would thank you for your efforts. Allow me to extend a more tangible gratitude. Here, for your help.
Thank you too. Decayed Shadowscale tunic.
Before we part, allow me to offer you some wisdom. Remember, as you journey through life, all things must pass in order to begin again. Knowing this simple fact eases pain and suffering. Learn to let go, and what was lost will be reborn.
What's next for you?
I will carry on, as is my purpose as a Nisswo. I cannot say for sure where this responsibility will take me next, but change is the only thing that is guaranteed. Whatever path I walk next will be different from the one I walk now.
So, I wish you luck.
And to you as well. I cannot say where my responsibilities will take me, but I do hope that one day they bring me to you again. It has been a great pleasure. Sithis the Changer is honored today, and the cycle continues.
The Shade Sickle is gone. My friends are
You return to me at last. The faithless wanderer succeeds where my servants fail. Once again, the fruits of devotion prove inferior to the benefits of skill. Claim your reward from Malona, mortal. You find favor in the shadows.
So, did you just return the Shade Sickle? Is my lady appeased?
Yes, I returned the Sage Shekel to Nocturnal.
Oh, thank goodness that's over. Now that Nocturnal has the sickle, maybe she'll show me mercy. What about the necromancer Tumma-Maxath?
Well, Tumma-Maxath is dead.
I didn't think he would willingly part with a relic. Good. The sickle should never be used in a necromancer's ritual. I'll make sure it's well hidden next time. No thief will ever claim it again. Speaking of which, are my friends all right?
So, I was able to convince both of them to choose a new life.
That's a relief. Gio and Dareen are good people. I know they are. Hopefully we can all put this behind us.
So, do you think this will be enough to repair your standing with Nocturnal?
Maybe. I hope so. Whether my friends and I will ever be able to move past all this, that's another matter. Here's your reward. Without your help, well, there's no telling what my lady is capable of. Thank you, and may the shadows guide you.
Thank you. I hope you will be alright. Goodbye.
I can't thank you enough. Nocturnal is wise and powerful, but in her realm of Evergloam, forgiveness is in very short supply.
And you are really going to stay with Nocturnal even though she threatened to torture you?
Of course. The failure was mine. I earned whatever rebuke my lady had planned for me. Faith isn't a matter of convenience, my friend. My lady is unfathomable, powerful, eternal. I will follow her wisdom, whatever the cost.
Well, goodbye then, Milona Brolos.